Mike, we were just talking about dire need and congressional inquiries for people who are really having a hard time. But what is, I've heard about this compassionate allowance. What is that?
Well, compassionate allowances, there were certain diseases like small cell sarcomas in the brain and that sort of thing. And what Congress did to hopefully expedite some of those cases where people were very, very, very seriously ill with diseases that were virtually incurable, like brain cancers and that sort of thing. They passed something known as an act of compassionate allowance, which created the compassionate allowance list, which is published in the Federal Register as well as the Code of Federal Regulations, and you can find it on the Social Security website, and it speaks to those compassionate allowances. It started as a group of 50, as I recall, and then it was expanded to 75, and I believe it's up to 100 right now. But those are really, really severe illnesses, and we see those fairly frequently here. And what we do is, if we have a designated compassionate allowance case, we expedite our paperwork and get these cases done. As you know, in order for an attorney to get paid, you have to have at least 5 months of disability before you get your first dime. So what we do on a compassionate allowance case is we try to go back as far as we can, as far as back as the initial diagnosis or the symptoms of the underlying diagnosis, and ask for that as an onset date. Many of these cases we get in early enough so that we actually don't make a fee.
Right.
So this is just part of something we do, so that if you are somebody that thinks that, if you go to the website and look for compassionate allowances and you do have one of those diagnoses, we encourage you to get in touch with us immediately, and we'll try to help you out. We started doing this a few years ago. Matter of fact, one of my first compassionate allowance cases involved one of my cousins, and unfortunately since then he's passed, but we did get him the compassionate allowance, and we got his case and his file set up so that he did receive a year or so of his benefits, and his wife and family were very thankful, and they were right in line for the survivor benefits. So taking care of them, he didn't miss a step, so he did it all right. So we invite other people to do that. So hopefully that is explained significantly for the purposes here what the compassionate allowances are. And maybe we can discuss what the Terry cases are on our next video.
Okay.
Okay? All right, thanks.